This is Mastering Mathematics with your teacher, Karen Weston.
Hello! I know you're smiling because your little 5-year-old child was doing everything that was done yesterday. Welcome again to Mastering Mathematics. This is a program sponsored by Ministry of Education, EBU Broadcasting Unit, and ABS Television. The nation is on fire because Mastering Mathematics is on the air, and we are going to make you mathematicians in this country and beyond. We talk about de-skilling persons in the community now because the computers and everything we have to know, but we cannot separate ourselves from the information. So although you may say, oh, the calculators are there, oh, they can use computers, and yes, sooner or later they will be having what we call them, the tablets, and they can use this and use that. No technology is worth its salt without the human element. And the human must be prepared with the knowledge to master the technology, or else technology on its own is useless. So we have to prepare our students even more vigilantly to make certain that they understand the concepts associated with mathematics. Okay? Now, yesterday we started something. What was that topic again? Okay, yes, it's matrix, okay? And we are at the point where we were saying, what are the different types of matrices? What's our definition for matrices? And we're now getting into the heart of the operation to show you how these are carried out. We said we were touching matrices because technically it comes on the examination paper where we are asked to solve simultaneous equation. That's the big build up to it. And so, having just done simultaneous equation in another version, we thought we'd harness them together and make certain you can see the relationship. Our first order of business is then to get back again to the rules for addition. Because if you noticed yesterday, you were given two matrices to add, but what were we using? Yes, just the positive integers. The positive integers. Let us look and see today, when we introduce the negative integers, how we get on with that. So today, still on the rule for addition, we were asked to find the sum of, okay? And the two matrices we have, E is equal to, elements are -5, -4, 2, 1. F would be equal to -3, -8, 7, 4. So stating your sum and not just giving them an array of numbers, we would be writing, since E, the matrix E is equal to, what are its elements? -5, -4, 2, 1, and F is equal to -3, -8, 7, 4, then E plus F would be equal to, and yes, we have -5, -4, 2, 1, and it is plus -3, -8, 7, 4. Notice the order in which we are writing the matrices, because the first letter we had was E. So the first matrix we're writing is related to E. And the second would have been the F, and that is what we're doing. What did we say we have to do? The things in the same positions must be added together. So that would give us -5, and it is plus -3. Leaving them so you can see. Then we're going to have -4 with partnered with plus -8. And then we have 2 plus 7. And we also have 1 plus 4. Now let us get a bit higher so that we can see how it works. Today we have -5 plus -3. That should tell us that they belong to the same branch of numbers. And if we were saying that negative numbers represented our marbles that we would be playing, 2, 3, 4, 5, and here they would be 1, 2, 3. So if we are adding them, we are saying how many do we have? They are the same type, so there are 8, and it is -8 because that's who they are, negative numbers. Then we have -4 plus -8. Again, saying people from the same tribe. There are 4 of them in one spot, and then we're going to meet another 8 of them. So how many do we have? Yes, and they are -12. Okay, then it is 2 plus 7, 9. We never seem to have problems with our positive numbers, and it is 5. Okay, and that is the answer. Next week, I promise you that we're going to have one of my volunteers with me, and she's going to show you how you can do this practically so that those same primary school students that we asked to come in here, we know generally in the primary school we don't introduce them to negative numbers, but because we know they're learning so many things so quickly, we don't want to hide any knowledge from them because they are going to be constructors of knowledge. And Mrs. Elizabeth Thompson will be here with me next week to show you how you can do this practically and have fun whilst teaching your children, your cousins, your friends, how to deal with negative numbers when we have to add them. Okay? It's never too late or too early to introduce a child to anything. As long as they are enthusiastic and prepared, teach them. I told you already I'm going to be bringing the newspaper so you can see 5 years old, this little boy and a little black boy living near some friends in whose house mathematics is just a game. At 5 years old, he was able to pass the G. It's just like the CXC mathematics. It can be done. All right? So we're getting -8, -12, 9, 5. That is for our addition. Now, yesterday I had a sum in 2 parts because I said I wanted to show if it is A plus B and B plus A, what is the answer? And I forgot to work the second part of it to show you. This time we have done E plus F. Now, what would the answer be if we had to start with F first? Let us look and see what we would have been getting if it is F first. Because I want to say, remember that for the mathematics exams, there will always be a multiple choice paper. And you can get things like saying, which one of these is correct? Addition of multiplication, is it commutative? And you'll be asked these sort of questions. So we want to see now if that is the case. So if I have F plus E, what is my answer? So this time I would be writing F first. So it's -3, -8, 7, 4, and it is plus -5, -4, 2, 1. And again, what do we say? The things in the same positions are added together. So it's now equal to -3 plus -5, -8 plus -4, 7 plus 2, 4 plus 1. And again, we're saying these are members of the same tribes. 3 of them are here, and we're meeting up 5 more. How many do we have all together? So it is -8. This is E, and this is F. F plus E equal, okay? Again, we have -8 plus -4, and that is going to give us, altogether we have -12. And so we have 7 plus 2, giving us 9, and 4 plus 1 gave us 5. So this is F plus E, and this is E plus F. What do we notice? The numbers are the same, so that we can say E plus F is equal to F plus E, justifying that the order in which we add the numbers does not matter. So that for matrices, the addition is commutative. Remember that law that we did? Yes, commutative law. The order in which we add or multiply numbers does not affect their sum or their product. All right? And it works for matrices too. So, we know how to do our addition, if it's negative or if it's positive numbers. Tomorrow, we will engage our younger members of the audience, not tomorrow, next week, our younger members of the audience, by showing them how this can be done practically to give them a concept of why we are saying -2 plus any negative, even if it's a positive number. How do we arrive at that answer? Remember, in the primary schools, mostly we teach them just the positive branch. But because they're now out and feeding and sitting with mums and grannies and aunts and daughters and everybody, we are all learning the knowledge together. This is going to make up for a better Antigua Barbuda in our technological era. Okay? We're now going to look and see what happens when we are, so we can leave the rule for addition and go on now to the rule for subtraction. Okay, so we're going to look and see what happens when we have to subtract our numbers. Okay, and would anybody guess what it is that we're going to say for subtraction? Yes, it's just a changing of signs. It's just a changing of operations. Okay, still the order in which the numbers are positioned in the matrix is how we would be grouping them to do the subtraction. So again, give them a different name. If I have the matrix G and it's equal to, let's say, 2, 5, 18, and 20, and I have H, which is equal to, and it is 5, 8, 7, and 3, and I want to say do a subtraction, and I'm going to be saying find the difference, so I can have G minus H, and I would want to look at H minus G. What would be my answer? And it is in the realms of subtraction that we get some of the problems that I know that my next volunteer, Elizabeth Thompson, will be coming to help us to iron out, because with your being able to do the things practically, after a while, it's just going to become natural. This is what we call our directed numbers, and I tell my students all the time, when they say they can't do mathematics, it's not the mathematics they can't do, you know. It's just the little addition and subtraction. And I cannot afford you to take off anything off of that grade 1. You understand? So you can't afford to be throwing away any marks. So we're going to make certain that you're well potted, and we use everything. If it's the polyurethane, we're going to make certain that you know how to perform all the operations with confidence. But like everything else, we like to give you time just to stretch and just to relax before we bring you back again into our new operation. Remember, mastering mathematics is going to make our life different. Go and enjoy your break, and I'll be right back.
If you know the answer to a question is incorrect and you cannot find the mistake, start over on a clean piece of paper. Oftentimes when you try to correct a problem, you continually overlook the mistake. Starting over on a clean piece of paper will let you focus on the question, not on trying to find the error. Always read math problems completely before beginning any calculations. If you glance too quick at the problem, you may misunderstand what really needs to be done to solve the problem.
Hi, so you had your break, you're feeling refreshed, you're ready now, because we're going to deal. Oh, what did you say? Your granddaughter went ahead and she did it? And now she's just waiting to see she's getting the same answer like Miss Weston? Good, let us see what is happening. So here we have it again. We would have been writing, since G is equal to 2, 5, 18, 20, and H is equal to 5, 8, 7, 3, then G minus H would have been equal, write the G number first, 2, 5, 18, 20, and it is minus 5, 8, 7, 3. Oh, let me say good morning to our Barbudan friends and my students. I hope you are listening. Yes, I'm hailing you up. I have not forgotten you, okay? And good morning to Channel 6, because I know you're showing these things up and down, because we are determined to make certain Barbudans know that they are mathematicians too, because we are going to show that Barbudans can pass mathematics. And thanks again to Family Dentistry, Mr. Max Francis and his associate, who has kindly made it possible for my visits to Barbuda to make certain that they feel that there is a teacher, there is somebody looking out for the Barbudans. Also, good morning to Holy Trinity. I hope you are listening. Yes, because I know you are, because we are going to make certain that Antiguans and Barbudans can do and will master mathematics. All right? So we are back here again. And what are we saying? The things in the same positions must be subtracted from each other. So we are going to get, and we're writing back, it is 2 minus 5. It is 5, first number, minus 8. So it is picking up the number, taking care of the sign, putting the next number, 7. Picking up the number, 20, putting in the sign, writing the next number. Okay? Now, this is the area in which students are in trouble. All right? Because as far as they're concerned, psychologically, they think anyway they see the big number. Doesn't matter if it's first or if it's second. They must start with the big number. No. The ordering is important. So you can't just think because you're saying 2 minus 5 that you're going to treat it as if it's 5 minus 2. There is a difference, and it will make a great effect on the negative impact on the answer that you're getting. So it's always our first number minus the second number. Okay, so the negative number in our first position, which number is bigger? And it is the 5. That's the negative number. So we'd have to say by how many? Because if you look for our little students, we have to do this 2 strokes here. For this one, it's gonna have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 marbles. Okay, so if we have 2 taking care of 2, how many do we have left untouched? And yes, it is 3. And who are they? Negative numbers. So that is why the answer here would be negative 3. All right? Don't forget, you can't just think you see 8, so you're just going to say 8 minus 5. It has to go from the first number minus your second number. Okay? And again, we're saying we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here, how many marbles do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So if we had to say 5, and we took 5 with this, we are left then with 3. And who are they? The negative 3. Yes? So we have our negative 3 here. Here, we seem not to have the problem because as long as the big number is in front, we handle it easily. So we're saying 18 minus 7, and the answer would be 11. We also have 20 minus 3, and the answer is 17. So that is the answer for our subtraction. Remember, when you're going to get with your negative and positive numbers, give them a symbol or sign that you know and say, okay, if my negative numbers represent apples, my positive numbers represent pieces, which one do I have the most of? And then you can say, so when they would have taken, pair them together, how many do we have left untouched? That is the answer. Okay, so it's equal to your negative 3, 11, 17. So that is G minus H. Now, if I'm asking you to do H minus G, and next time you're going to tell me, or you can email us. Remember, the email is mastering math, MATH, EBU, one word, at gmail.com. Also remember that you can go to your www.youtube.com/mastering mathematics with an S on the end of the C, and you can see some of these things that you didn't get on ABS television if you missed anything, or if you want to see a repeat of some of the things. Just now we're going to have our website functioning where we're going to put up some assignments so you can have other exercises to continue, and then you know definitely you can master. I'll be putting most of the exam questions because mathematics is all examination orientated, but at this particular juncture, and the reason why we're doing our mathematics lesson is because we want to make certain that our students leave school fully prepared and confident that they will be able to handle the mathematics that they're going to use in the technological world. We also understand that it's not sufficient to say that the gadget is there, so they'll be able to use it. The gadget without a fully qualified human being is of no value and has no function in society. So we have to prepare our students for the knowledge society. I want to thank ABS Television and the guys who do such a good and fantastic job, always on the scene and ready to help and to assist us. The EBU staff, my singing nightingale is here with me, and Jetta is behind the camera as usual, and the big boss, Mr. Light. Thank you very much for making it possible. And for all Antiguans, on behalf of the Antiguan community, we say, give us the tool and we will make certain that we're going to be good mathematicians. The only thing, I still have to talk to those parents. Make certain that your students are staying back in the secondary schools for tutorial classes. It's not after class. In any learning institute, tutorials are a vital part of the whole exercise. You're not prepared for an examination if you're not prepared to go into the extra time that my teachers are prepared to give you. In the private section, they pay for these things. In the secondary schools, government secondary schools, you're getting them free and you're going away. I am coming around to see those parents who have not told students of the importance of an education and what they should do to grab every opportunity to gain information. You will be left behind and it will be nobody's fault but your own. Good evening, Antigua Barbuda. I'll see you again next time, and we will continue to educate our people not only in mathematics but also in civic pride and in the value of what it takes to know that knowledge and wisdom is power.
Join us next time for another in the series, Mastering Mathematics, a production of the Education Broadcasting Unit in the Ministry of Education and ABS TV.